What's up, sports bettors? NFL Week 6 lines have already been pretty wacky and bouncing around, so I'm going to be sharing with you some early picks I have. I know I gave out the Bears money line in a previous video, and we're going to be going through some early bets I have on Week 6 of the NFL season. So again, you can browse odds for free on OddsJam. This is a new product that's called The Screen. It's completely free to use. So I'll make sure to include a link in the description. And there's just a tab for it on OddsJam called Screen. But what's really cool about this is it just allows you to view all the sports books side by side and see line movements kind of in real time. So you can see that the closest games, what's projected to be the closest games, are Bills-Chiefs. The Bills are very slight favorites. Minus 122 is the best price you can get on the Bills. Cardinals game, also relatively close. They're only minus 134 favorites. And then the final games that look pretty good are Jags-Colts and then Bengals-Saints. So there's a lot of close games kind of lined up. Commanders-Bears. So as a sharp bettor, you're always following the line movements. Weather's changing, totals are changing, lineups are changing, so point spreads are bouncing around. So you should always be looking for sharp plays. And the first bet I have is going to be in Rams versus Panthers. So this game's on Sunday. It's an afternoon game. And you can see that the Panthers are pretty heavy underdogs, right? They're best offered at plus 375 on Bet99, which actually seems like a pretty good price. You can see Bet Online, which is a very sharp offshore sports book. They're only giving us plus 330 on the Panthers. So as a data-driven, kind of like sharp sports bettor, we're always looking for value. You're kind of like an investor if you're trying to make money sports betting. You're looking for bets that are on sale where you're getting odds that are too good to be true, right? And what's so fascinating about sports betting is every sports book, they're all trying to set lines independently. The odds on Bet Online aren't the same as the odds on Caesars. Even Caesars has slightly different prices in Canada versus the US, right? The odds on Betfred aren't the same as the odds on Bet365. So all these bookmakers, price the same asset, independently. So that's why sports betting is so fascinating, because you can use all this real-time data, all this market information to find good betting opportunities, right? So regardless, I don't have a play on the money line. I also don't have a play on the spread. The play I went with is actually in the total for this game. So I ended up going with, this is a college football play I have. So Western Michigan Broncos I hit for $200. This is a college football play. Not to get distracted, but lines started ripping towards Western Michigan. And you can see this bet has a 1.93% profit margin. In every sports book, Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, they have this juice to minus 123. DraftKings has them juiced to minus 120. So most sports books have Western Michigan, as a minus 120, minus 125 favorite, and we're able to pick it up minus 105 on Caesars. Caesars is the only sports book with Ohio favored. So this is just data-driven, sharp sports betting, right? Finding value, which is exactly what the positive EV tool, on OddsJam will do for you. Is all this tool does is it takes all this data in the market, all these, whatever, like player props, everything. Obviously, there's only one game tonight, but it takes all this market information, millions of odds, kind of updating in real time, and just shows you where the value is, right? There's no BS on OddsJam. There's nothing like that. It just shows you, hey, here's where you can get great value. And value means everything as a sports bettor. You're trying to beat the VIG, you're trying to beat the juice. But anyways, the play I have on the total is, you can see Bet Online already has the total down at 41, is the play I have is under 42 points in Panthers Rams. So I hit that as well. So two bets I ended up locking in, and I added them to my sheet where I'm tracking, kind of profit and loss. I started this at the start of the NFL season for YouTube plays. We're up 17.2K. Live streams are up 6.5K. I mean, the whole goal is just to show you the power of mathematical sports betting, which isn't even, you don't have to build a model. It's pretty simple. It just means you take out the sports, you put in the math, right? You get an understanding of markets, of finding value, the importance of beating the VIG, beating the juice, and placing a high volume of bets with an edge, and you're going to make money. When you have an edge, you want to place a lot of bets. Like if you have a coin that's 55% to land on heads, and you get $100 when it lands on heads, and you owe somebody $100 if it lands on tails, you should want to flip that coin as many times as possible. You could still lose a couple flips in a row, but you know the coin's 55% to land on heads, so you know you're going to make money in the long run. And it's same with positive EV betting. When you have an edge, when you're getting bets at minus 105 that all the other bookmakers are pricing minus 120, minus 125, like your goal is place as many positive EV bets kind of as you can on a daily basis. So, and it doesn't matter if you're betting on the NHL, you're betting on the UFC, whatever you're betting on. If you have an edge, you want to place more bets. So we hit this minus 110 Rams Panthers. That's the first play I have on for NFL Week 6, and let's make some money.